Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie, Esther here, and well, I hope you're sitting down because I'm about to knock your socks off. So I don't know if you saw this tweet by Dead by Daylight yesterday. It was only up briefly. I didn't see it. It was sent to me after the fact. And they put up this tweet of this forest landscape here with this tagline, "Oh, what's this?" And people think that this has to do with the next map, no, the next chapter. And it was quickly deleted, and I looked into this forest and tried to see if I could see anything, and I thought, is there something over here on the right hand side? And if you're sharp-eyed, you might see what I'm seeing. But then it got even weirder. So last night I was playing my game, and I was playing Survive with Friends with my friend John in duos, and I noticed that his stakeout perk icon was missing. He was running stakeout, and when we got to the end of the game, it was just blank. And I said, "What's the matter with your stakeout?" And he said, "Nothing." And I said, "Well, it's missing the icon." And he said, "It's not for me." And I thought, well, that's weird. So I started looking through my perks on my characters, and I noticed that I was actually missing 3 icons. All of the Saw Chapter Survivor icons were missing from my game. And it turned out they were missing from Killer too, but I only grabbed the screenshots from the Survivor side here. And I thought, okay, well, I guess I need to verify the integrity of my files. So I went to verify the integrity of my files, and it said, yes, you're missing 6 files. We'll re-download those now, because I guess my Saw perk icons got corrupted or something. And then when I went to do the re-download, boy, did I end up with a whole lot more than I bargained for on the download. Look at this. So on my download, what I wound up with apparently is the next chapter, Dead by Daylight from the Abyss, starring Slender Man 3.7.0. When I updated my files, I got this. It says, content added a new survivor, Cayenne Holt, added a new killer, the Slender Man, a new map, Monteverde Cloud Forest, and yeah, this is the next chapter of Dead by Daylight starring Slender Man. So if you go through my killer roster, you see at the very bottom, don't mind my level 1 Deathslinger, I haven't played him at all. Level 1 Slender Man, we click on this and boom, check him out in game. Here he is in the lobby, ready to go and stalk you in the forest. This is going to be amazing. I can't believe they're bringing Slender Man to Dead by Daylight. People have been asking for this character for quite a while. This is definitely one of like top 10 characters people want to see in Dead by Daylight. The render looks amazing here. I can't wait to see it. I wasn't able to actually play it in game because once I was getting all this footage to gather this stuff, somebody at Behavior realized this shouldn't be out and they retroverted my files. It was downloading when I didn't even know it, so it got wiped out. But I did get the power perk information, so go and check that out right now. So the bio here, you can see this backstory. I'm not going to read through all this. It just talks about woodcuts dated back to the 16th century in Germany, featuring a tall, disfigured man with only white spheres where his eyes should be. They called him Der Grossmann, the tall man. He was a fairy who lived in the Black Forest. Bad children who crept in the woods at night would be chased by the Slender Man, and he wouldn't leave them alone until he caught them. So it powers the Soul Reaper. There's 3 perks here. We'll go over those in a second. 4.4 meters per second speed, 32 meter terror radius, and obviously the character is tall. Now let's go over the power and the perks. So for the Soul Reaper power, you start the match undetectable, press the power button to enter the real world at a reduced movement speed. You may not enter or leave the abyss while in front or inside of a survivor. If seen by a survivor, you'll slow down to 65% movement speed. If a survivor sees you, they gain insanity, and if you're closer than 20 meters to a survivor, they gain insanity. So the idea behind Slender Man is to apply insanity to survivors by sneaking up on them and getting close to them, and there's going to be different tiers of insanity that have different effects on the survivor, from 0 to 4. 1, you get a 10% reduced movement speed. 2, slowed by 25% to repair, sabo, healing, etc. 3, slowed actions are 30% slower, and movement speed gets reduced by 50%. And then at tier 4, when you've gone completely insane, you're just immobilized entirely. Survivors automatically regain sanity while inside a locker or within the presence of teammates. If they wiggle off or are hooked, they return to the real world. Slender may travel through pallets and windows in the abyss. And the secondary ability is the 8 pages. 8 pages will appear in the map. Every time a survivor takes a page, they reduce their insanity to tier 1. However, Slender Man moves 5% faster when seen per page that has been taken. If all the pages are taken, then all survivors become oblivious for 2 minutes. Okay, so the first perk is called Soul Sight, Teachable Slenderman perk. See them swarm and bleed. You can no longer grab survivors. However, when you hit a healthy survivor, all other injured survivors have their aura revealed for 4 seconds, and this perk has a cooldown of as low as 20 seconds. So that's pretty interesting. You're trading the ability to grab for some aura reading. That's an interesting perk that could be taught to other killers. Perk number 2 is called Hex Finish the Job, a hex rooting the survivor's determination to save others. Your desire to kill survivors resonates with the entity. While you're 24 meters away from the hooked survivor, you get a notification and see survivor's aura when survivors move within 5 meters of a hooked survivor. Unhooking action is 1, 1.5, or 2 times longer. This effect persists until the hex totem is destroyed. That's a pretty strong perk. You're going to know when people are going in for rescues. That one pretty well terrifies me, but at least it's a hex, so you can get rid of it by cleansing the totem. And finally, perk number 3, Feast of Blood. The urge to see more blood strengthens your abilities. Whenever you put a survivor into the dying state, all other injured survivors are inflicted with the broken status effect for up to 90 seconds. This perk has a cooldown of 120 seconds. All right, that one just sounds a little too overpowered to me. I mean, I guess it does have a 2-minute cooldown on it, but just downing somebody makes everybody else broken. That seems a little strong. Of course, you know, this is all preliminary. We haven't PTB tested any of this stuff yet, so we don't know what the final version is going to be like. But that one I have my eye on as being a little too strong. So, oh my gosh, how excited are all of you to see Slender Man, Slendy, and Dead by Daylight? Should be out in a couple of months, Chapter 16 DLC. We don't know exactly how long this is going to take because of the Montreal office closures with current events going on, but most certainly Chapter 16 DLC is going to be Slender Man, there's no doubt about it. And I know what y'all are thinking. You're like looking at the calendar and thinking, oh, it's April 1st, and Paulie, you got me a couple years ago with this whole Jason and Dead by Daylight thing, which I never forgave you for, but I swear that this is legit, and if it isn't, I don't know, I'll cut my hair in a video. I'll cut my own hair in a video, okay? How about that? What on earth was I thinking? Oh yeah, we could cut our own hair. This will be fun. Yeah, okay, it's not real. It's just a very convincing fake, which I had really no part in creating. King and I had a different April Fool's idea, which got kiboshed because of reasons. And we were scrambling at the last minute, and King asked for some favors, put this together very quickly, and it's amazing. Luminia stepped in and did that Slenderman render, which looks, Lumi's amazing. And then King got the ideas for either the perk or the powers or both from Mystic Advisor on the Dead by Daylight forums, come in and write up all of that backstory from Creepypasta, describe the power as Mystic Advisor laid it out, and the 3 perks there. It was all very convincing, and I was just going to let this be King's baby because he put in so much work into it. I did really nothing here, and he said no, he wanted me to come along for the ride with him on this, and I can't thank him enough because he saved my April Fools. I didn't really have a backup plan, so I think this was actually even better than what we were going to do initially. As far as the polish on it, it looks really good. I hope you all appreciate it for the joke that it was on today, the day that we're all allowed to tell some little fibs and white lies here. I know there are going to be many of you who will not forgive me for this, and you're going to be putting the thumbs downs in there, and I understand that. If you do what you must. But I hope you all take it in the spirit of the holiday that it is. The joke that it is, a little lighthearted fun, and who knows, maybe we will get Slender Man someday, but as far as I know, it won't be anytime soon. So thanks for watching, going on this journey with me through all this fakery, and I love you all. Stay safe out there with the current events going on. Please take care of one another in the fog and outside the fog, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.